Good morning. Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about are all calories the same and IIFYM, which stands for if it fits your macros. So what if it fits your macros is, if you aren't aware of what a macro is simply the bigger nutrients within your food, which would be your carbohydrates, your fats, and your proteins. Whereas micronutrients would be more of your vitamins and minerals. So basically what if it fits macros is whatever your macros are for the day within your caloric intake is going to be, I don't know, say you're at 175 carbs, 175 protein, and like 35 fats. And basically what you want to do is keep within those for the day. And if it fits your macros is basically saying that whether you have for breakfast a bowl of Captain Crunch along with followed up with some ice cream or something afterwards, as opposed to having like an egg sandwich on some healthy bread with a little bit of like low fat cheese and like, you know, but same macros. They both have the same amount of calories, same amount of carbs, same amount of protein, same amount of fats. So basically what, if it fits your macros is, as long as you stay within your macros for the day, then you will still reach your goals, whether it's weight loss or muscle gain or the two. So as long as you stay within that, then you're fine. So does that work? And are all calories the same? So the answer to this question is yes, and it is also no. So it is yes because basically, for the most part, your body it's just science. It's numbers. It's calories in, calories out. You know, what you use and what you expend matters whether you're going to gain, lose, maintain. So for this, as long as you're hitting your macros and your caloric intake for the day, yes, you will reach your goals. But are all calories the same? No. So if it fits your macros does work. I actually go by that myself, but I'm going to also let you know why I don't just eat donuts and ice creams and big meals and stuff that are full of carbs and fats and like aren't balanced. So basically, are all calories the same? No, they're not at all. They are the same amount of energy. So the easiest way for me to explain this to you is to give you the analogy of a car. Now, you and I could both have the same car. For example purposes, I have a Chevy Malibu. So we'll say I have a Chevy Malibu and you have a Chevy Malibu. And we both have the same amount of mileage on our car. We've every day have driven the same places, same amount of mileage, same time, same distances, same speeds. Everything's exactly the same. And every day, every time I go fill up my car for the sake of being kind to my wallet, I always go with regular fuel. And every time you go, you like to, you know, get the fancier blend and go with the premium. You and I are both going to make it have the same gallons, the same, you know, as long as we're running the same, it's going to end up that we end up having the same amount of fuel, and the same amount of energy is going to come from that. We're going to get the same amount of mileage out of it if it's the same mileage, like the same driving style. So you know, it's a little bit different with bodies. Different bodies are different, but for the sake of this, we're just saying that they're all the same. Everything is exactly the same. The only difference is the fuel type. One is regular, one is premium. So other than that, everything is exactly the same. Same driving, same car type, make and model, year, everything. So basically, we're both going to get the same mileage. We're both going to go the same amount of distance. We're both going to get the same energy from this fuel source. But over time, my engine is not going to work as well as yours because you are putting in a better grade of fuel source. So it's the same thing with food. You and I can, if our bodies run exactly the same, nothing different, you and I could be, you know, I could be filling up on junk food all day and you could be, you know, eating lean proteins and healthy carbohydrates and healthy sources of fat, and we could get the same results from it, and we can both lose the weight, gain muscle, look great, as long as we're in the right caloric intake and the right macros. And yes, it will still come out the same. But because macros are also important, micronutrients, which are your vitamins and your minerals, it's not going to end up the same down the road. And more than likely, outside of genetic things and whatnot, your body's going to run better if you're eating cleaner fuel and more efficient fuel, and fuel that is just a better source. You're going to have better health. You're going to have better hormone regulation. You're going to have better muscle recovery. You're going to have better energy inside the gym, so your workouts are going to be better. So yes, you can have, junk food or foods that aren't the greatest, as long as you stay within your means of what you've set aside for your body. You are still going to hit all your goals. But long term, and even in the short term, like I said, recovery and whatnot, is not going to be the same. So most, if it fits your macro, people don't just eat whatever all the time. It's more of, 80% of the time, hit your macros with clean fuel sources, with healthy fats, healthy carbs, lean proteins, and then like 10 or 20% of the time, you can just kind of, go out and enjoy yourself. So eat healthy most of the time, and then if you want to go out, it leaves you room for birthdays. You don't want to always be at someone's birthday and be like, I'm sorry, I can't have any cake, I cannot eat that, I'm on a diet. No, have some cake, it's fine. Have some, ice cream or cookies. If it's, Thanksgiving, don't sit there and be like, sorry, I can only have white turkey, I can't have any stuffing, no potatoes. No, eat it, but eat it in moderation, it's fine. If whatever it is, don't, like I said in my last video, don't deprive yourself, but don't be foolish either and eat a bunch of it, because it will, make a difference in your body and how you feel. It makes a big difference too. I notice what I eat makes a big difference in my mood, how I feel, my energy levels, probably plays more of a role than I would have ever thought. But now that I'm doing better with my nutrition and I'm back on track, I'm noticing that it definitely, my body feels better, my energy feels better, I'm more awake, I'm more alert, I'm not as tired, I'm not as overwhelmed, I'm not feeling down, I feel really, really good. So definitely, like I said, for the majority of the time, put in the premium gas, and once in a while, it's okay to throw in a little economy stuff. It's all good. And so yeah. Yes and no to that question. If it fits your macros, does work, no matter what you eat. As long as you stay within your caloric intake and your macros, you're going to get your results. But no, not all calories are the same. Some are definitely more beneficial for your body than others. And so yeah, until the next video, stay healthy.